You are now tuned in to UBA Bowling at its finest, sitting in Salisbury, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte, not too far from Greensboro. Those will be the areas you know. But we are on the second shift of the Queen City Tour Stop number 11. And you are focused on Triple X versus G-Town heavy hitters. And we'll be starting on a scratch pair. Now where averages matter, but I'm gonna let you know that. But before I even get into that, a few things we wanna do. I am John Smith, J. Alden Smith, representing the Minister Society UBA team out of the QC district. We're also in Woodleaf Lanes in the beautiful Salisbury, North Carolina. And let's be clear, we have to always give props to the houses that show us love. So make sure, if you're in the area, just come on out, check them out, bowl, do what you need to do. But we are getting started. They are doing their chants, and things are about to get very, very, very warm in a lukewarm area right now. So I'm gonna tell you right now, we're on 13 and 14 featured right now. We'll go to 15 and 16 next, which is Handicap 1, and then game 3 will be 17 and 18. But we're gonna focus on the scratch pair. And you hear that. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you these names of the people you will be seeing for the next probably 35 to 40 minutes for Triple X. Leading off, we have John Fowler. Not the averages matter on the scratch pair, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. He's 220. We got Gavin Holden at 227, second. And your anchor for Triple X is Jeremy Cawthon, averaging 230. And on G-Town heavy hitters, we have Matt Martin starting off. He's the lead off, the bus driver, as I like to say it, 232. Dustin Gibson, he is the most unemotional bowler you'll ever see in life. You'll see as he bowls, 233. And their anchor, the soon-to-be judge at some point, Kenny McFalls, your lawyer, averaging 237. So we're going right into it. John Fowler leaves a 10-pin, which is nasty for a lefty. He's the opera man. That's his nickname because he sings. He's a singer. Good shot. Matt Martin up. Looks pretty decent off his hand. That is 10 back. The leadoff for G-Town, Matt Martin, who can probably be an anchor on anybody's team at 232. He's the leadoff on the scratch spray, and he starts off with 10 back. John Fowler will more than likely get this spare. 10 pin is very easy for a lefty, and he picked it up. And we're off and running, ladies and gentlemen. And let's be clear, we have other matches going on. I would try to give you some points and let you know what's going on these other matches right now. But they don't matter right now because what you're seeing in front of you is G-Town and Triple X. And this is a huge match. Playoff implications all in it. G-Town is sitting at the 5 spot. There are 4 points going into this match. 4 points out of 4. But mind you, there were matches earlier today. And let me go and tell you right now, Gavin throws a terrible shot. Wash out the 1, 2, 4, 10. And Mr. Unemotional throws a strike for G-Town. It's 2 strikes to start off their first frame. This is an easy, very easy. If you're talking about splits, wash out is always an easy conversion. But hey, you know, here we are. You don't know what's easy. I think his nerves might be messing with him. And I thought he was a lefty, but nope. Gavin is a righty. But he just throws, well, and he picked it up. That's beautiful. So we are currently with no opens on the scratch pair. Good pickup, bro. All right, Kenan. And that's 10 back. So, I mean, honestly, if you're watching this match, G-Town's first 3 bowlers go pitcher-perfect strikes to start the game. And Jeremy Carthen, JR, off his hand looks good, and that's 10 back. So we're on and running. On and running. So we're even. But of course, you know, if you can do the math. But if you're tuning in and you don't know anything about bowling scoring, a strike is that ball in the next 2. A spare is that spare in the next 1. So, of course, if you throw more strikes and you continue throwing strikes, you'll score more. But if you throw spares and you don't necessarily strike, you'll throw less. And it's that simple. And this is how you get to 310 frames with throwing, you know, 12 shots. That's how you get to 300. For those keeping score at home. So here we are. John Fowler, the opera man, the lefty. Looks good off his hand. That's money. The mixy. The 10 falls last, but that's a strike. Matt Martin is looking to continue his scoring off that first strike in the first frame. Looking good off his hand. That's 10 back. That's 10 back. And that's what you want. You want your ball to split the 8 and 9 and the drive leaving the deck. And that's what Matt Martin did. And if you ever heard the name Matt Martin, you know he's a very, very, very solid bowler. He does PBA regionals. Guy's good. He's good. He throws it well. And Gavin said, I know I threw a split first frame, but that's my strike. Thank you. And again, when I get a few moments of slow time, I'm going to let you know what's going on aside from us. So on the pair next to us, we have in my own world, bowling against Carolina Rollers, and that's Dustin Gibson. Off his hand, beautiful, 10 back, that's nice. To our right, after lane 18, we have, I'm not sure, honestly. I think that's Mob down there. And I think Mob is bowling Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know in a few moments. But Mob is bowling on the far end, and that's also a playoff implication match, but we'll get to that in a moment. JR with the strike. And Kenan is trying to not get hung. Smooth release, and that's 10 back for everyone for G-Town. Double, double, double. And here we are going into frame 3 with G-Town with a 20-pin lead thus far going into the 3rd frame. Oh, yeah. And I'm telling you right now, I like to mention this. The UBA environment is what it is. And Matt Martin leaves a 10-pin. If you're not ready for the trash talking, the loudness, just all the things that you won't normally see at your Sunday night church league, don't join the UBA. It's not for you. If you're thinking about having PBA aspirations, don't join the UBA. It's not for you. If you want people to be quiet like we're having a golf tournament, do not join the UBA. It is not for you. You can be a phenomenal bowler, but the UBA is not it. That ain't it. All right, we got the opera man up on the 3rd frame. He's working on a strike. If he throws this one, it's going to be nice. He does not. Leaves a 6-pin, a little high. Matt Martin looking for the 10-pin conversion. Spare ball looking good. He's clean after 3. I think the 2 guys underneath him wants to hang him. They want to look at him like, hey, man, you were the burst driver, you didn't hold it up. All right. John Fowler looking to pick up the 6-pin. I don't think it's going to be a problem. He picks it up. Good spare conversion. And on the scratch pair, no one has an open. And we have a 9-pin difference. G-Town is up by 9. Dustin Gibson, first ball in the 3rd frame. Terrible. Through the nose. He leaves the 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. Ball just checked up on him. He got 5 pins on that shot after a double. This is not the most difficult split conversion. Gavin doubles up for a triple X, and now we have a different game. All right, Dustin throws at it. He only gets 2. So he did not get the wood, went 5-2. And now G-Town is only up by 8 pins. JR on the double, 3rd frame. Nice shot, off his hand, it looks good. And that's 10 back. Ladies and gentlemen, the tides have shifted just that quickly on the scratch pair. Because again, you're on the scratch pair, you're expected to strike or at least throw a good shot. And Kenan McFalls, triple. The lawyer on the pair has not missed. And so, beginning of the 4th frame, we have G-Town now down by 8. Triple X up, but not by much. Matt Martin, whoosh, phenomenal shot, leaves a floater of a 7-pin. That was flush. And he's not happy about that at all. But here we are. I'm sorry, I was wrong. G-Town is still up. They're now up by 26 pins. I forget this is a house where they shift the lanes with the scores each frame, so sometimes you might get a little mesmerized by what's going on in that pair, and you're on the wrong one. All right, the opera man, John Fowler, the leadoff for Triple X, is up, working on a spare, looking for 10. Jesus, almost left a pocket 7-10, but that is his first 7-pin. The ball is not finishing, and I hope he's looking at that. Either he needs to make an adjustment or get out of that ball. It just kind of floated down the lane. And then the one thing about Woodley Flames, the shot they put out is fair, but you still got to make shots. Oh shit, that was a Tito's and Thomas. All right, we're back at it. That was Anthony. He was messing with me, man. I love this guy, but he gets on my nerves. He's the big little brother I never had. All right, John Fowler looking to get a 7-pin. All right, good spare. Dustin Gibson, that's 10 back. He definitely made an adjustment off that last shot because the last shot he threw, it went through the beat. That one was flush. All right, Gavin working on a double. 18-pin difference right now. Off his hand, the two-hander. That's pretty bad. What you see in front of you now is the 2, 4, 8, 10. The ball just did nothing down lane. It looked good off his hand, but it just, I don't know if he got a little firmer with that or not. Kennan, smooth, and he leaves it 2, 8, 10. Again, so what I was saying earlier about Woodley Flames, they give you a fair shot, but you have to make shots in this building. It is not a close your eyes and throw it right or throw it left situation. I see you. So, 2 splits currently right now, and we're looking at a totally different game just off that frame alone. That's a 10-pin differential going and shifting to the other side. Kennan looking to get something. He got 2. All right, if JR throws his strike, Triple X will be leading going into the 5th frame. Because he has not missed and still has not missed front 4. Different ball game now. We're basically even. Basically even after the first 4 frames. Splits will kill you every time. And I say this to everyone that bowls, all pins matter. They do. Especially when you don't have any handicap. They all matter. All right, the opera man, John Fowler's up. The lefty lead off. Looking good off his hand. He has not switched balls. And that's a strike, but again, his ball is kind of laboring going into the pocket. It's not going through the 8 and 9 the way that I think he wants it to. Matt Martin off his hand, looks good. And that went split to 8 and 9. That's a strike. They got, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thank you. All right, Matt Martin strike off of a spare. All right, we got Gavin up who threw a split, threw a washout. The lone two-hander on the pair. That was flush. You heard it. I saw it. Beautiful shot. The ball definitely came off the deck and split the 8-9. Dustin Gibson, ladies and gentlemen. He is on. Whew, Jesus, he left the 8-pin. That was disgusting. The shot was gorgeous, but that was a disgusting lead for a lefty. The 8-pin, the ball rolled right past it. Because I love you, that's why I'm beating on your table. And that is the beautiful Tracy Boland talking trash to me, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting next to Dawson's Creek, my guy. The guy who runs a pro shop here at Woodleaf Lanes. Come on in and get fitted, because he's awesome. Trust me, Dustin picks up the spare, and right now we're looking at a 30-pin difference. This is before the anchor finishes, so we're gonna be looking at a 15-pin difference going into frame 6, because Kennan has not, I think he might have missed once. Yeah, he did, he threw a split. I think he'll make an adjustment off that. The ball kind of wiggled down lane. He got inside, and it was money. So again, if math is not your friend, it's mine. It's a 19-pin differential on a scratch pair, Triple X and G-Town. Matt Martin is up. 6th frame, working on the strike. He didn't like it, but it was pure. He hated it off his hand. and it was pure. Did it? It hit his. Matt Martin has some of the ugliest feet in the UBA, and I think it hit his foot. And as Chuck Ritchie, your Hall of Famer, right behind me, told me, he looked like it hit his foot. He was right. It hit his foot, but he struck. He's on a double. The Opera Man is up. 6th frame. He's working on a strike. I really don't like that ball. He leaves a 3-9. That ball is ass. It's terrible off his hand, and it's been laboring going into the pocket, hitting light. I think he needs to get out of that ball, but that's not my teammate, so I really don't care. But those who are watching can vouch for me. You see how his ball is going into the pocket. He's throwing it decent. I just think it's in the wrong ball. There you. As Chuck Ritchie just told me, he said it's the effing motive trash. And he missed. He chopped the 3 off the 9. That's going to make, you know what, just let you guys watch what's going on. We're looking at a 3-pin difference now with that miss. 3 pins. And, you know, any UBA team, you want your scratch spare to bowl. You expect them to bowl at least their average and not have many opens. And right now we got 3 opens between the 6 bowlers. Gavin, money. That's a double for Gavin. It looks like he made an adjustment after that washout in the 4th frame. Looks like Gavin, did you make an adjustment?
Yeah, moved my target, a couple boards left.
I told you. Gavin said, listen, he's not going to do weak link, and he's not. You just heard what he said. In-game interview real quick. All right, but we got the anchors up. Right now it's a 17-pin difference at the bottom of the 6th frame. JR is on the front 5. Kennan is on the strike. JR looking good. That's money, and he's excited about it. You know, he doesn't get excited about a lot of things in his life, but bowling, oh yeah, he's locked in. J.R. Carlton, front 6. Kennan trying to double to bring it a little closer, ladies and gentlemen. He throws it good, man. That's a double. The lawyer throws it very well. All right, so now going into the 7th frame, we're at 27 pins difference. G-Town is up by 27, but Matt Martin is on. I'm sorry. I hate when they do that. I was wrong. Triple X is up by 27. Matt Martin's on a double. Top of the 7th, off his hand. He got that inside, and it was not good. He got lucky, though. 9 count. He left the 3-pin. All right, the Opera Man who's on an open. And even after that shot, it's now even. Even. All right, Opera Man is up. The lefty, I think he needs to get out that ball. It's just not going through the pins the way it needs to, but we'll see what he does. See if he makes a slight adjustment. Off his hand, looks decent. And again, that same ball gets down and it wiggles mid-lane. And he leaves a 7 count. That's terrible. Leaves the 3-9-10. Matt Martin picks up his 3-pin. And this is not like a super easy spare. He could easily chop any of these pins off. So he's on an open, possibly going into another open, and it's a 5-pin difference. Yeah, okay. And he missed. Again, I'm telling you, he needs to get out of that ball. It's just not finishing for him. He's going to want to probably throw himself down the lanes because he's throwing the ball well. All right, Dustin Gibson, off his hand, looks good. That's a strike. That's a double for Dustin. And that is going to change the tide again. We're now going to where it flipped. Triple X was up, and now they're down before we even get to the anchor bowler. Now we're on the middle guy for Triple X. Gavin is on the double. He's throwing it well. He told me the adjustment he made. You heard it. That's just picture perfect, man. That's a strike. He's now on a triple. Kennan looking to extend his double. Bottom of the 7th. I'm gonna tell you right now, the energy and the vibes in here, they are electric. Kennan trips the 9-pin off of a very terrible shot, and you heard that, because this whole team knew it was bad, but he struck. So here we are. But again, the energy is electric. The vibes are what they need to be doing. They're vibing. People are here knowing that we have 2 more stops. Playoffs are imminent, ladies and gentlemen. You can't win if you don't get to the playoffs. You gotta get to the playoffs. You have to get to the playoffs in order to win a chip. You can't win a chip without getting to the playoffs, and this is what we're here for. Tour stop 11. All right, I don't know if JR wanted a re-rack or what. Maybe I think he had a pin missing, but they re-racked it for him. But before he even throws the ball, they're down 13. But he's on the front 6. And if I was a betting man, I would say that he could probably throw the strike the way he's throwing the ball. He throws the strike. Again, the lead adjusts. It shifts. And this is what we want. We don't want blowouts. We don't want people, phoning it in game 3. We want every frame to matter, and here we are. Right now, all frames are mattering, all pins are mattering. Jeremy, off his hand, looks just like the last. Whew, he almost have a pocket 7-10. That's a weak 10. I think he got a little firm. But 10-pin, makeable. Let's see if he makes it. But this will be the end of frame 7. We have 3 frames left, and this is where, people say, who are you in the 10th? Well, who are you in the 8th? Who are you in the 9th? Those foundation frames matter. Jeremy at the 10-pin, not a problem. That's a spare. So we slide on over to frame 8 on the scratch spare. Again, Woodley Flames, Salisbury, North Carolina. UBA action at its finest. UBA all day, on Sundays for sure. All right, so we slide into frame 8. Triple X up by 16 pins right now. Matt Martin, the leadoff for G-Town, working on a spare. He would love to have this strike right now. Came up high. He got lucky to not leave a split. 3-6-10 is in his future. John Fowler, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 8th frame, working on an open. And actually, he's working on 2 opens. He would love to just close the frame. And he switched balls. I told you. I told you. Jesus H. Chris Ice. Lefty with the solid 8-pin. That's crazy work. But he switched balls. I don't know if he heard me back here talking, but he saw that the ball he was throwing was not working. Now he at least has something he can pick up. But that was a good shot. Good adjustment. Matt Martin now throwing at the 3-6-10. Money, not a problem. I don't think John Fowler's going to have a problem picking up this 8-pin. What's really key right now is the second bowler for Triple X, which is Gavin. He's on a triple. The second bowler for G-Town, Dustin, he's on a double. What they both do right now is going to really probably determine what shifts in this game. John Fowler picked up that 8-pin with no problem. And right now it's a 9-pin difference. Triple X up. Again, as I told you, both these bowlers are on at least a double. Gavin's on a triple. Dustin's on a double. Looks like Dustin is going to go first. He is throwing the outer limits. That blue ball with the purple letters. Super smooth. Sorry. Dustin Looks like he got it wide left, and it was bad. Thank you. He doesn't even hit the hairpin, but he got lucky. He leaves the 1-3-6. And Gavin said, I see your 1-3-6, and I'm going to throw a strike. And that's a four-bagger for Gavin, who made the adjustment off of a terrible shot he threw in the fourth frame, and he has not missed since. Dustin didn't like it, but he spared. But Dustin doesn't like anything. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if you look at his face, you would think he hates even being alive right now, but I know he doesn't. That's just who he is, man. He doesn't like much. And JR, after throwing a weak, almost pocket 7-10, 10-pin in the seventh frame, he strikes an eighth, and that's huge. Kenan is looking to continue striking. He's on a triple. If this was November, I would have said turkey. And he's on a four-bagger right now. Beautiful. And as we slide into frame 9, which we all know as the what? Foundation frame, we have a 2-pin differential. G-Town is up by 2 pins. Only 2. All right. Matt Martin working on a 7-count spare, looking to get a strike in this foundation frame. And he goes. And he releases. Looks decent. Wow. Pocket 9-pin. Yeah. John Fowler is on. Like I said, after the ball changed, he threw it. The ball just did not want to carry, but it definitely drove. So he's working on a 9 spare. Off his hand. Looks like he's throwing the IQ. Oh, my God. That's money. He's throwing the IQ solid. That's a strike. He can strike out right now for a 196. Matt Martin, if he picks up the spare and strikes out, he can go 223. So, again, I mean, we're talking a very close game. 3-pin difference right now. Gavin's on a 4-bagger. Dustin Gibson is on a triple, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, I'm wrong. He's on a 7 spare. Oh my God. Gavin throws a bad shot and he leaves what's looking like a 4-10. And Dustin goes up. Pure. He throws a strike. Again, people always want to say, who are you in the 10th? But the 9th frame matters. And we're now looking at a big tide change just in one person bowling. This 4-10 was terrible time for him to leave it. And he gets the 4-pin, not the 10. That's not good. He can finish with 218 now, and he was on the 250 pace before that. So, yeah. All right, we have the angles up with the 9-pin difference. Kenan on a 4-bagger. He's first. Smooth off his hand. That's money. 5-bagger for Kenan. And that's a big foundation frame for him. We got JR's on a strike. If he throws this one, he needs it because the middle guy did not finish. Woo! 10 pins had no chance, but the 9-pin got smacked by what it looked like the head pin coming off the side wall. That's a double. That's a huge double. We are going into the 10th frame, and you would not want any game closer. 1 pin difference right now going into the 10th frame between Triple X and G-Town. 1 pin. All right, so John Fowler's working on a strike. Matt Martin is working on a 9 spare, and that 9 was a 9-pin. It was a good shot. It just came in a little high. All right, John Fowler is first. The Opera Man. Throwing the IQ solid. Looks good. It's money. He probably should have switched balls 4 frames ago when I was telling you all that his ball was just looking like it was not wanting to finish through the pins. Just didn't want to do it. He got out that ball and he's been money since. Matt Martin. Weak 10. Very weak 10 pin. Yeah. That changes things because had he struck out, he would have definitely been beating John by at least 25 to 30 pins. Now we're looking at 10 pin difference if John can strike out. If he throws this second ball, which would be big, we're really looking at a scratch match on a scratch pair. Off his hand looks good. Again, there is something about changing balls when you know you're throwing a ball good and the ball just is not working. So for all of you guys listening out there, sometimes the proper adjustment is just getting out of that ball. I know it's new. I know you just got it drilled. I know. You just bought it. You just spent $260 on it, but it ain't striking. Matt Martin with the 10 pin. But it ain't striking. Put that joint up, pick the ball that you bought 3 years ago that probably might look good, and throw that son of a gun. Don't have the new ball syndrome. I think John had it at the beginning of the game, but now he can strike out and shoot 196. Again, that's money off his hand. He strikes. He threw the back 4. Threw the back 4 to shoot 196. When he probably could have shot 240 had he got out of that ball, frame 4, and he just thumbed me up. I didn't tell him anything, but I think he heard me. He got out of that ball, and he has not missed since he got out of that ball.
I mean, stand on the big dot, hit the big second.
I mean, that's also one of my old teammates, so I like John. And he has my same first name. Good finish. And Gavin decided that he was really pissed about the 9th frame. I won't tell you what he said. He was cursing, but it's Sunday. So I'm not gonna tell you what he told me on the Sunday afternoon, but he cursed real bad. But he threw a strike. Dustin's working on a strike, and I'm telling you, we're talking about 30 pins right now, but if Dustin doesn't throw this, it might be over. And Dustin throws it. Mr. Nonchalant throws a strike. He's working on a double. And usually we go to handicap 2, but we're gonna go to handicap 1 after this game. And Gavin throws a double, and I'm telling you, it's electric in here. It's electric. We got a birthday party on 1 through 5. They don't even know how old the kid is. It doesn't matter. All the way to the wall, we got UBA action at its finest. You need to be here. You need to be in Salisbury, North Carolina right now to check the Queen City tour stop number 11 out. And Dustin, and one thing about Dustin, if he shoots a 300 or a 130, his facial expression never changes. He is Mr. Nonchalant, the most unemotional bowler I've ever met in my life. Ain't that right, Tracy? Yes, but he just throws a double. Good finish for Gavin. He goes double 9, shoots 217. Again, we're looking at a 9-pin difference in the 10th frame, working on the second bowlers, going into the anchors. Dustin can strike out to throw the back 4 to shoot 216. And he does not. He goes through the beak, leaves 5, and he shoots 211. That might hurt. That changed the ties just a little bit. Now we're at the anchors where both bowlers are working on strikes. We're just talking about numbers. JR's working on a double. He can go 279. Kenneth's working on a 5-bagger. And he can go 265. And JR leaves a 4-pin. The ball came in a little high. He can pick this up, and he needs to pick this up. Kennan working on a 5-bagger. If he throws this one, it changes everything. It changes everything. Off his hand looks good. Bang, bang, Seagull Streak. For all y'all people that follow hip-hop, Beanie Siegel, I like the guy. Bang, bang, Siegel streak. For the lawyer, soon to be judge, six-bagger. Six-bagger. JR picks up his spare. He can throw the strike to go 258. If Kenan finishes out, he can go 265, and that's probably going to be the difference of the winning or the losing of this game. 3-pin difference going into the second ball in the 10th frame. For Kenan, third ball in the 10th frame for JR. 3 pins. Kenan. And that's the strike, and that's the game.
The lawyer just threw the book at them pins.
I got Chuck Ritchie, one of the best bowlers in the state of North Carolina. What you say?
I said he just threw the book at those pins.
He said the lawyer just threw the book at those pins. That's a double for him. He can go 65 if he finishes. Jeremy leaves a 10-pin, shoots 257. That is going to be the difference of the scratch pair. Yeah, you're talking about less than 20 pins. That's what we're here for. Gavin, good adjustment. I know you pissed about that night frame. I heard you cursing. It's all good. It's only one game. Kenan actually switched balls and still struck. I didn't know what he saw down lane, but he finished. He threw the back 8 to shoot 265. And it looks like G-Town wins on a scratch pair by 18 pins. Yes, 1-8. So I'm going to go through the scores for you. John Fowler, who got his life together, threw the back 4, goes 196 for Triple X. Gavin goes 217 with 2 splits, and that's all he had. Well, the first frame was trash. Shoots 217, and J.R. Carter shoots 257 for 670. And for G-Town, their leadoff, Matt Martin shoots 212. Dustin Gibson shoots 211. And then Kenny McFall shoots 265. They shoot 688 to win by 18 pins. We're now going to slide over to 15 and 16 to go to handicap 1. Again, 18 pins. 18 pins on the scratch pair. Yeah, that's nothing. That's a spare and a spare and is separating the scratch pair. All right, I'm sliding over here. I don't know what the handicap difference is, but I know it's a 24 difference scratch. We don't care about what the scores are right now because we didn't look at that game. You're now looking at it live and in person to start game 2. And so while we start game 2, I'm going to tell you who's bowling on the middle pair. Starting off, we got Charlie Bean Jr. with a strike, but he's at 205, getting 28 pins in handicap. Following him would be Tyler Troop, yes, the last name Troop. He is the brother of Kyle Troop, the son of Goop, averaging 229, 8 pins in handicap. And then their anchor will be Michael Shook, averaging 224 with 12 pins of handicap. Yes, I put a T in it. Handicap. Handicap in the middle pair. All right, so John Gohagen, averaging 201 with 31 sticks for Triple X. Starts off with a split. He's pissed, I saw his face. Following him is Nikki Aldridge with a 182, getting 46 sticks. And then their anchor is Sean Groh, averaging 217, getting 18 sticks. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Sean Groh is better than that. He's probably 230, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. And we're gonna be quiet about that. I've seen Sean throw the ball. He throws the ball very well. But again, middle pair, handicap 1. Work depends, work depends. So those of you just tuning in, we are now looking at G-Town and Triple X in Salisbury, North Carolina, better known as Woodleaf Lanes. We're on the handicap 1 pair, and it's a very close match. All right, Tyler picks up his spare. Nikki's up. She throws the ball basically straight up the boards, and that's a strike. And she just looks so unbothered when she throws the ball. She's like, I'm here. And him taking my turn, but hey, listen, she's going to be the reason why they either win or lose. I'm telling you right now. Those sticks are either going to help them or hurt them. Yeah, hey, listen, I don't even want to get into the put 9 scratch people in and hand. We ain't doing that right now. What I'm telling you right now is this is a huge matchup, playoff implications. And there's Mikey throwing the ball like dog, you know what. Bad shot, he got lucky on that one. He leads a 3-6-10. Easy spare, but you know, you just never know. And we got Sean Grove coming up to finish up this frame for Triple X. Terrible shot, it almost went Brooklyn. He leaves these, whew. He leaves the 3-6-9-10. And Mikey chops off his 3-6-9-10 to have an open frame. All right, so I can go in and let you know right now, Triple X, they get 95 sticks on this pair. G-Town gets 48. That is a difference of 47 pins. So I can tell you right now that Triple X definitely won the first game over here. Based on what the last team shot, scratch, it was on a 24-pin differential. If you can do the math, you know that 47 is more than 24. So here we are. All right, we're gonna begin the second frame on the middle pair. John is up, working on a spare conversion way through a split and picked it up. Ring and 10. Much better shot. All right, we got Charlie or Charles or whatever you want to call him. That's my guy. He's working on a strike. That's a double. And I'm telling you right now, I'm the call-out guy. Charlie is not a 205 bowler, okay? Yeah, 100. And it's funny, the guy who runs our district just lied to me again. So if anybody knows Jonathan Lee Bowling, make sure you send him hate mail because he is the worst person on planet Earth. I hate his guts. Hey Lee, how you doing, bro? All right, Kyle's brother throws a strike. Kyle's brother with a strike. And I think if he comes back here and he hears me call him Kyle's brother, he'll curse me out. Hey, Kyle's brother. Tyler with a strike. Another great guy, man. Good shot. All right, Nikki's up the boards. That's a strike. That's a double for Nikki, bowling off for 182. I'm telling you right now, these numbers don't add up to the skill set of these bowlers. And I know them all, so here's that. And can't none of y'all beat me up. And this, you know, I'm not gonna tell you what Chuck just told me, but I've known Chuck for over 10 years, and he's not no damn 205. All right, look like Mikey got his life together. Good strike. Sean's up working on a spare. And right now we're looking at an 11-pin difference on that scratch. But again, I'll get the adding of the 45 pins, 47 pins, whatever it is, by the time we get to the 10th frame. Good shot by Sean. Told you he's not 217. So again, if you have no idea, if you're just tuning in, and you're just like, I don't even know what this bowling situation is, the UBA action at its finest right now in Salisbury, North Carolina. Tour Stop 11 in Queen City District. In my opinion, the best district in the UBA, but I'm biased because I bowl in this district. So, but I still think it's the most competitive district in the UBA. Across the board, across the states, across regions. That's Charlie Bean working on a double, and that's the 3-bagger. And listen, he's now become hype man and bowler on the front 3 off of a 205 average. You do the math on that. And this guy, he has my name. His name is John, but he threw the ball terrible. It didn't hit the head pin at all, but he got 7. Hopefully he picks this up and he doesn't hurt his team any more than he's already hurting it. We got Mama's Boy, AKA Tyler Troop, working on a strike. Off his hand, it looks very good. That's a strike. That's a double. Tyler Troop with a double. John needs to close his frame out so he doesn't get too far behind and he's not hurting his team any more than he already is. He picks up that spare, picks up the 1-3-6, and we're moving. Again, we're talking 31 pins scratch, but we're also talking 47 pins with handicap. So now you're talking about an even match. All right, that's Mikey working on the strike. That's wonderful. And as you heard, G-Town Smackdown and messed Jay Lee bowling up in his backswing. He had to stop. But Mikey's on a double off of opening up the first frame. Mikey, what you shoot first game, brother? Mikey shot absolute 0, like 0, 0, 0. He shot 187 first game, well below his average, well below his potential. And that's Nikki up the boards, and she's on a turkey off of a 182. When I tell you what I know is what I know, these numbers just don't add up. But here we are. 47 pin difference if you talk about handicap. That's Triple X getting 47. But G-Town is making it a game. As their anchor is up for Triple X, working on a strike. That's Sean Grove, ladies and gentlemen. Throws the ball really well. And that's money. And so, again, if you're looking at the scratch score, it's a 1 pin difference. Scratch. Right now on handicap 1. Charlie Beam working on the first 3. Looks like he's going to be first. John just told him to go. Charlie Beam, off his hand, looks good. But that ball check. I don't know if he got it slow, but that is what you call a split. Yes, indeed. He just left the 3, 6, 7, 10. As far as splits go, that's not the most difficult split. John just went Brooklyn. Hey, John, you gonna make an adjustment? Your last 2 balls went Brooklyn. All right, I just want to know if you're going to make an adjustment or not. That's a strike. They just told me not to coach. I'm not coaching. I'm just calling it as I see it. So Charlie gets 3 of the 4, messes up his perfect game. And now we're talking about a 5-pin difference. Nikki, the second bowler for Triple X, working on the first 3. She's up the boards. Looks really good off her hand. And she's on the front 4. She is going to be the difference of this game if it keeps going like this. Again, she gets 46 sticks. She's working on a 182, and she has not missed. She throws the front 4. Tyler, Kyle's brother.
It's like 2 boards.
And that gets him 3 in a row. Kyle's brother is on a 290 pace. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the better bowlers in the area. He's bowling off of a 229. I'm calling him Kyle's brother just to be a jerk, but Tyler Troop is a hell of a bowler. All right, so we're talking about 5 pins. Sean's up. Off his hand looks good. He loves it. That's a 3-bagger for Sean. Mikey's on a double, looking to also do the same thing. If he throws this one, we're probably looking at a 4-pin difference. Woo! Leaves a 10-pin. We're looking at a 2-pin difference. But as you know, as I tell you all, you may not be affiliated with bowling, but again, a strike is that strike plus the next 2. A spare is a spare plus the next 1. So if you're on a strike, you already got the advantage over someone who's on a spare. Charlie Beam is showing why he probably averages 205. Threw the ball like dog trash just now, and then Mikey misses the 10-pin. G-Town who lost game 1 on the middle pair, is now looking to lose game 2 if they keep doing what they're doing. But it's a 9-pin difference. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I am sitting amongst beautiful people. Charlie needs to pick up this 3-6-10. John is looking to capitalize on the Brooklyn strike that he threw last frame. And right now, 9 pins. Charlie's up, throws the ball, chops, though 3 off the 6-10. That hurt. So Charlie, who started off with the first 3, now has open. And John made the adjustment. He just looked at me. That's a double for John. And that's a beautiful shot. All right. Sliding into the middle of the 5th frame. 10-pin difference. G-Town down by 10. Tyler Troop on the first 3. Throws the ball. Beautiful. Oh, my God. He leaves a smash 9-pin. Wow. That might have been the best shot he's thrown today. Nikki on the 4-bagger, up the boards, make it a 5-bagger. She has not missed, and she has looked like she knows she's not gonna miss. Take that forever you want to take it. The 182 bowler is throwing the ball the best on this pair. And she's not even blinking. She's throwing the ball and turning around. All right, Tyler Troop trying to get the 9-pin, picks it up, cool. All right, so going into the 10th frame, going into the bottom of the 5th frame, it's an 11-pin difference, scratch. Triple X up by 11. Sean on the 3-bagger, throws it, whew, wrap 10. Again, might have been the best shot he's thrown this game. But now Mikey's up, who whiffed the 10-pin. He's looking for a strike. He needs a strike. He kind of wants to feel the strike right now. With the release, he trips. As some would say, he rolls out the 2-pin. That was a bad shot. It was still a strike. Sean picks up his 10-pin. All right, so as we go, we have a half game done. We got a 30-pin differential between the two. G-Town is up by 30, which is good because if you add a handicap, they're down 47. So they're down 17. And I'm lying. They're down 30 because I keep forgetting this thing shifts. My bad, y'all. Triple X is beating the snot out of them right now with their sticks. And John looks like he's throwing the ball better. Woo! Wrap 10. The 6-pin just danced around the 10-pin. And my apologies. I'm sorry because a lot of you can't see what's going on. On this pair right now, G-Town is down 47 scratch. And they're also down 47 with sticks. So they're down almost 100. And Tyler Troop leaves a weak 10. It was almost a 4-10, but it leaves, the 4-pin falls out. All right, Joe Nathan Hagen trying to get his 10-pin. He picked it up. And you hear Mobb Deep on the end. They must be doing well right now because you didn't hear Mobb Deep at all the first game. So they must now be getting their loins together, getting their grinding machine together. They're getting it right. I see you. So they're down there striking a little bit. You won't see them on the screen, but I will at least give you a synopsis at some point today of what's going on in that match. Yep. All right. All right, we have Nikki Aldrich working on a 5-bagger with a 182 average. Up the boards. Again, that looks phenomenal. And she leaves a 7-pin. She leaves a 7-pin. It's laughable that she averages 182. It's crazy. I mean, off her hand, the ball is pure. All right, it's Mikey. Wrap 10. He definitely just cursed. I read his lips. He definitely used some profanity on this Sunday afternoon. But but I understand why. They lost the first game. They're on the verge of losing this one. He really needed to strike out. He left a wrap 10, his second wrap 10 in 3 frames, and he's frustrated. And he just missed another 10-pin. So he's extremely frustrated, and he's cursing again. I see it. I see his face. Nonetheless, we're in the 6th frame, 41-pin differential. Sean working on a spare. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. The release looks good off his hand. He likes it. It did nothing down lane. 2-8. I mean, the ball looked good off his hand. I think he might have got a little firm, but it went down lane and it did nothing. But again, as I said earlier, this is a place where you cannot just throw the ball to the right or throw the ball to the left and expecting the ball to bounce off that friction. There's not a lot of friction on the outside of the lanes. And Woodleaf does a very good job of just switching it up. You don't know what you're going to get in here. You just don't. You got to come in here and bowl. All right, so again, Sean left the 2-8. At this point in life, they're up by 57, and you can add 47 to that. So they're basically up 104 pins before he even throws at this spare. Something's going on. I don't know if he's switching balls or, yeah, it looks like he's switching balls for the spare. And, yeah, that's where we are. And again, we would like to appreciate Woodleaf Lanes for opening the doors for this UBA action. We also have to remember he picked up the spare. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, as much as you are frustrated about wherever you're bowling, whoever owns that house, if they don't open the doors, we can't bowl. So let's just be a little more cognizant of that when we start tirading and ranting and going crazy online about a particular house and how they manage and how they handle the lanes. We can't bowl if we don't have lanes to bowl on. With that being said, the top of the 7th frame, Charlie on a strike. Weak 10. Jonathan on a spare for Triple X. That's a strike. Tripped out a 7-pin at the last second. Charlie's trying to pick up his 10-pin, but he's not looking good at his spares at all right now, so I don't know. He picks that up, and he's excited. Picks up a 10-pin. And so again, right now, Triple X is up by 59 pins scratch. And Nikki up the boards. Bang, bang, Siegel Street. She's on a 279 pace off of a 182 average, and it does not look like she does not know how to bowl. She has not missed the pocket. Flush, 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 flush. All right, Tyler Troop. It's a strike for Tyler Troop. Ho-hum, I mean, he's supposed to strike. He's a Troop. All right, so coming down to the anchors. Again, we're looking at a 59-pin differential. And Triple X is up. And they get the sticks. So I don't know what G-Town is doing, but they need to do something different. Because they're getting their ass whooped on the middle pair right now. Sean throws a despicable shot. He leaves a 6-10. Mikey's working on the open. He's just looking to strike. He hasn't missed the pocket. He's missed. I'm going to turn around because he just left a pocket 7-10, and he is not happy. Yep. You heard it, and that wasn't even him. That was his teammate that just cursed on God's day. On the day God made for you, they're over here cursing. I don't understand. Sean picks up the 6-10. Mikey's probably not going to pick up the 7-10, but I think he needs to do something different. Because even though it's hitting the pocket, the ball is not driving. I'm not going to tell him, because I don't care if they win or lose, but this ball's not driving through the pocket. He probably needs to either move his feet or switch balls or do something. But to keep hitting the pocket and not striking is irritating. I'm speaking from experience. Some of y'all listen, know how that feels. All right. Charlie Bean throws a strike. He's trying to give G-Town some hope. But they're looking real hopeless right now. This middle pair has not won yet. And they probably won't win this game either. I don't know what's going on with lane 15, but it looks like the lights went out. John is either colorblind or, okay, he came back. Yeah, something's going on in that lane. They're making the call right now. Oh, all right. Well, while we take a break, we're gonna slide over to scratch. Right now, it's looking like 13 pin difference. Looks like G-Town is up 17, excuse me, not 13. They're up 17. And remember they won by 18 first game. They're up 17. Looks like John left a 7-pin. He's looking to pick that up right now. And he does. All right, Dustin working on a strike. The meat of the pair. He's in the middle, the meat of the pair. Dustin Gibson is looking to capitalize off that strike. He went front four open strike. And he goes big four. So I don't know what Dustin has going on. It seems like he has an issue with his ball speed. Because he's throwing the ball well, it seems that when he's missing because he's throwing it slow. And Gavin leaves a 4-pin, working on a tray. So that split hurt. Gavin picks this up. They are already in the lead, back in the lead. We're just giving you some covers right now because, again, Handicap 1, lane 15 is having some issues. Dustin gets 2 of the 4. But the scratch pairs, this match is crazy. Right now it's 5-pin difference. You're hearing a lot of yelling and screaming and carrying on because they know this match right now is very close and they know it has playoff implications. Very much so. Again, I tell you, I'm biased. I think the Queen City District is the best division in the UBA. Up and down, sideways. I don't care what you, I know all you New Yorkers, New Jersey, DC people, y'all like, yeah, right. I'm telling you right now, we are now in the deep south, which is trash, but that's a whole different conversation for another day. The deep south district is the best district in the UBA. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. J.R. Cawthon working on a spare. He throws a strike. And Dustin, that split by Dustin shifted the game just enough where it matters. Kenan is working on a baby split, the 310. That looks good. He picked it up. All right, so we go into frame 8. Again, lane 15 is still off. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the mechanic is asleep or drunk or what, but it's not working out very well on lane 15. It's still off. We're back to the scratch pair. Oh. All right, so what's going on is lane 15 is taking chunks out of bowling balls. All right, but right now Matt Martin working on the 5-bagger. Woo, my goodness. I don't think Matt Martin likes me commentating behind him. That's another 9-pin by Matt Martin. Lane 15 and Woodleaf Lanes is having some issues. That's why we're back to the scratch pair. Looks like that lane is taking chunks out of bowling balls right now. Nonetheless, that happens in every bowling alley across America. This is nothing different. But right now, we're focused on the scratch pair. 38-pin difference. Matt Martin leaves a 9-pin working on a 5-bagger. The opera man working on a spare. He would love to throw a strike right now. It's gonna make a difference if he does, or it doesn't. Lane 15 is back on, but after this frame, we're gonna go back to handicap 1. All right, John Fowler, looks good off his hand. Jesus H. Christ. He leaves a 7-9. It leads to 7-9. And we're back to Handicap 1. We're back to live action on Handicap 1. Tyler Troop, the other white meat, he is working on a strike and leaves a 4-pin. Gets a little high on that shot. We got John on the left lane, lane 15 that was having issues, but he's on the strike. And he also leaves 1. So that's a 10-pin for John, 4-pin for Tyler, and we're back at it live and direct on Handicap 1. And you hear the yelling, you hear it. The tension is in the air because everyone knows this match matters. And what I tell my teammates all the time, all pins matter. And since we're talking about all pins, I like to go ahead and just shout out my team. You know, we bowled early. We won 28-16 by a total of 24 pins because all pins matter. We picked up our spares. We held each other up. We did what we needed to do to win. All right, Mikey's up, throws the ball, and he leaves, looks like a 210. He is not throwing the ball well and since he thought about switching balls. I don't know if he did or if he didn't, but he goes split. I will also tell you guys this. When you bring your bowling ball back and it has a chunk ripped out of it, it changes your perspective on bowling. It just does. Lane 15, Nikki again, straight up the boards. She throws a strike. She's the best 182 bowler I've ever seen in my life. The best 182 bowler ever in life, Nikki Aldrich, on the middle pair for Triple X. Off of a 182, she's on a 279 pace, and she ain't missed the pocket at all. She's not even looked like she's throwing the ball bad. But enough of that. Sean up, working on a spare. Looks like he's throwing a bubblegum vibe, and that's beautiful. Strike, 10 back. And again, G-Town has to do something miraculous to win this game. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they ain't gonna do it. They're already down by 77. Add 47 to that. Yeah, you got it. That means a loss. We're going into the 9th frame. John is just pick up his spare, bro. All right, Charlie's up working on the strike. Charlie Bean. And he gets a double. Again, he's one of the better 205 bowlers I know as well. Like, these numbers make no sense to me. But nonetheless, G-Town is getting smacked. They're getting the onion peeled way back right now on the middle pair. All right, John picks up that 2-8. Up, working on a spare. If he throws a strike, he can finish with a 238. But he got to throw the strike first. Foundation frame. And again, if you know anything about the troops, you either bowl really good and or drink really good. Sometimes there's no in between, sometimes they coincide. But the troops, he threw it well. And Tyler says he's not drinking right now, he's just bowling. God damn it. Facts. All right, the best 182 bowler in the world. She's up, picks up her spare at it. I missed the first ball she threw. It must have been bad because she looks like she left a 6-pin. That's high. Mikey throws the ball. I don't know what Mikey's doing. That's not a good shot, but he struck. I don't know. Mikey looks like he's very pissed, but Mikey can only strike out for a 170. And that's hurting them right now because this is going to be the second loss on this pair for G-Town, and they need all the pins and points they can get. Bubblegum vibe. That's a strike. And Sean can finish with a 245. So again, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I know numbers. And I know what my eyes tell me. My eyes tell me everybody on this pair in the middle has a bullshit average. But whatever. We'll talk about that later. That's another version of a UBA conversation. Maybe we'll have tech talk. Maybe we'll have who are you in the 10th talk. I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, Triple X, they're smacking G-Town in the middle pair on this God-blessed Sunday afternoon. Charlie strikes. That's a three-bagger for him. John throws the ball. Looks decent. My eyes must be deceiving me because it doesn't hit the hairpin. He leaves the 1, 2, 4. He gets that spare. He throws a decent count. He's in the 180s. That's cool. Charlie needs to strike out to shoot 220. That's better because, again, they are down by 47 sticks before they even throw a ball. That's called handicap. Charlie gets the mixer, throws a double in the 10th. That's 5. Sorry, that's a 4-bagger for him. He can finish with a 222. John chops his spare. He goes 170, 171 to be exact. And that's going to shift the tide a little bit. Because that's going to be a 50-pin turn if Charlie throws this. And that's what G-Town is looking for. They were looking for a glimmer of hope. They got it because John stunk it up in the 10th frame. Who are you in the 10th? He's nobody. He opened. There's Charlie. That looks like a strike. And again, he shoots 222, and we got a new day. But the best 182 bowler's up right now for Triple X. That's Nikki, straight up the boards. That's a strike. She trips the 4, but again, this woman has not missed. She can go 250 this game. That's substantially higher than her average. But even if she doesn't go 250, she's already at 240.
I tried to put some unlucky dust on her, but it didn't work.
So I got the lawyer, soon to be a judge, talking about putting unlucky dust on people. I'm not going to tell you who it was.
I tried to throw some darts. It didn't work.
He tried to throw darts. It didn't work. Nikki again, she ain't. I'm telling you right now, this woman has thrown the ball up the 11 board. She leaves the 8-pin right now. So she can go 248 off of a 182. Tyler can pick up the spare. He needs to pick up the spare. Oh, he picks it up. He can throw a strike to shoot 218. He really needed to throw that first one in the 10th, and he tried. He left a 10-pin.
She about to shoot 300 handicap.
Yeah. All right. So Nikki shoots 248 with 46 sticks. That gives her a 304 with her sticks for game 2. Yeah. So, and Tyler throws the ball. And he throws the ball great, man. He strikes. No, he does not. He leaves another 10-pin, shoots 217. So the pins were just made up. The pins that I was talking about from the first bowler, Nikki smacked that out of the water. So again, I'm pretty sure G-Town is going to lose this game because Mikey can only go to 172. Sean can go 240, and he just threw the ball terrible. He threw it terribly. Washout. What? I don't know what. He's the second person to do that, like seemingly throwing it well and just get the ball 2 boards to the right, and there's no friction out there. It's not coming back. The friction is down lane. You get the ball out early in here, it's just gonna not do anything. It's gonna wiggle, as you just saw. So Sean is looking to pick up this split conversion. If he does not, and Mikey strikes out, he throws the first one. We're looking at different pin differential. G-Town's still gonna lose, but again, all pins matter. Especially when you're giving someone 47 pins. All pins really matter. Triple X did themselves no justice at the end of this game. They're gonna win, but not by much. Not by as many as they could have. They were up by a lot. Right now they're up by 43. Mikey's on a double. He threw us a 4-6, so that was trash. But Still, all pens matter. He gets one. Who knows what's going to happen game 3? But here's what you all are not going to know. You're not going to see this pair game 3. We're going to shift over to handicap 2 for game 3. They've already started a game 3, but we'll give you all the action we can give you because remember, lane 15 broke down for about 5 minutes. It took a chunk out of a bowling ball, and I think they went back just to see what was going on. Nonetheless, we will be shifting.
Finish scratch while I set this camera.
Gotcha, not a problem. We're gonna finish scratch right now. We're gonna get the camera set so you can get the handicap 2. We're gonna slide back over to scratch right now. And per usual, this scratch pair is close. So 20 pin differential right now. Triple X, Gavin is up. He's on the double. He throws the ball not great, and the ball just wiggles. It wiggles down lane. Woodleaf is going to give you wiggle down lane if you miss. I'm telling you, I bowled on the shot earlier. You're going to get some wiggle down lane if you miss outside early. It's just not going to hook. You don't get that free hook in here. He threw it slow. But as you just said, Kenan threw the ball, of which he got a ball out early, but he throws the ball so damn slow, the ball had an opportunity to react, and it was flush. So me and Chuck were like, that needs a hook.
You're out of order. I'm out of order. The pins are out of order.
But that was huge. That is probably going to have G-Town win again on the scratch pair. So scratch pair is looking good. Middle pair is looking terrible. They lost both games on the middle pair. All right, we're now going to handicap 2. Let's slide on over to handicap 2. And again, if you are just now tuning in, and even if you're not, we're going to consistently shout out the lanes that show UBA love. We are now in Salisbury, North Carolina at Woodleaf Lanes. You know, nice little shop, 24 lanes. That's why we got the split squad. They treat us well. And again, if you're just floating in here, you want a bowling ball, see my boy Dawson, he drills them phenomenally. And he also throws it well. I ain't gonna tell him that though. All right, so we go. So we go on over to handicap 2, game 3. I know it's close because just based off what the first 2 pairs did, the scratch pair for G-Town won both. Middle pair for Triple X won both. So now we're over here on handicap 2. Nobody got hung in the middle pair. And let me tell you who we have bowling. All right. So they're already in the 3rd frame. Sorry we came over late, but we had some technical difficulties. For Triple X, we got Jordan Del Gobbo bowling off of a 232, getting 6 sticks. We got Jessie Green in the middle. She's the meat of the pair, bowling off of a 210, getting 24 sticks. And we got Brian, how you say Brian's last name? Mitat, bowling off of a 216, getting 19 sticks of handicap. Hey, hey man, you know what? These people are terrible on a Sunday afternoon. And for G-Town, we got Joe Nathan Lee bowling off of a 216, and I can tell you right now that's not his accurate average. He's a 240 bowler. He's been sandbagging for the last 12 years. He also runs our district, so that's my guy. He gets 19 sticks in handicap. Dale Cup bowling off of a 224 gets 12 sticks, and Kevin Head bowling off of 225 gets 12 sticks. You're talking about a difference of 7 pins in favor of Triple X on this pair. So it's almost a scratch pair, and as I told you earlier, scratch pair went to G-Town first 2 games. Middle pair went to Triple X first 2 games. So we are in a dog fight right now. Dog fight. All right, starting off frame 4, Lee bowling, working on a split. He would love to strike, and he's up. Ball looks decent off his hand. That's strike, that's 10 back. That's 10 back. All right, we got Jordan working on the first 3. You know, he's just looking to continue that. He does not. He leaves the 6-10 and it was almost a big 4. All right, so as I told you guys earlier, I was gonna give you a little synopsis of what was going on around where we are. We got Mob, bowling Venom. Who's up right now after 2? We got Mob up after 2 right now, bowling against Venom. But don't close your eyes because you never know what'll happen. What's up, what's up? But again, that's Mob and Venom. That's playoff implications over there. We got playoff implications in the middle. And on the far end, we got In My Own World, bowling against Carolina Rollers. You know the score over here? You know who's up over here? All right, no problem. Hey, who's up over here, buddy? Y'all winning? They are? So they are, meaning In My Own World, they're up right now, but you never know what happened in game 3. Thank you. That's what we got going on. That does not have playoff implications. What it does, Carolina Rollers are doing okay. All right, back to our originally scheduled program. On lane 17 and 18 right now. All right, we got Kevin up. He's working on a double. Nickname Slice. Off his hand. Does not even hit the headpin. He sliced it all right. He leaves the 1-4. Yes. He leaves the 1-4. Jessie throws a split and she gets the wood. All right, so right now we're talking about 10-pin scratch, but again, as I told you earlier, we're only talking about 6 pins over here. 6 pins that Triple X is getting on this in-pair handicap 2. So it's almost scratch. All right, we think Kevin's gonna pick this up because it's really not a difficult spare, but he does. Right. We got Brian up working on a spare. Looks like he got that inside. And oh my God! If you turned your head, there were 4 pins standing, and you turned back, it was gone. God was on his side because that was a trash shot. Yeah, terrible. But again, if you're just tuning in and you think, if you just looked at the names of the teams, you would say, oh, G-Town's gonna win this. Ha-ha, you would be wrong. Because right now, as I told you earlier, scratch pair G-Town, all day first 2 games. Middle pair Triple X, all day first 2 games. And now we're in game 3 where everything gets a little tighter, booty holes get a little tighter, people don't, you know, legs get a little tighter, start cramping up. Oh my God, maybe I drank too much last night, but it doesn't matter. Game 3 is what matters. Mikey, you gonna bowl better this game? Because you were terrible game 2. Yes, he can bowl worse. Yes, he can. Shit. All right, we got Lee bowling up. Ball is good off his hand. He didn't like it. Maybe he did, he struck. That's a double for Lee. That's huge. All right, we got Jessie Green up. She throws the ball really well. And she strikes. So she was working on a split. That strike is huge, but again, they get 6 pins. This is gonna come down to the 10th frame. I'm telling you right now. All right. We got Dale up. Looks like Dale's throwing that danger zone, the ice. And that thing was nice. That thing was nice off his hand. Dale threw it good. He's on a double. All right, we got Brian. Brian leaves a bucket. It looks like Brian was rushing. I don't know. Brian looked like he rushed that shot. He left a bucket. All right, nonetheless, we got Kevin who just threw the ball like dog. You know what, this last frame, he's looking to throw a strike. We're talking about 28 pins right now in favor of Triple X. But we all know that bucket ain't easy to pick up, especially when pressure's on you. He could chop that. And Brian, and maybe Brian's a lefty in a former life, but he just went Brooklyn. That's a strike. That's beautiful. And, sorry, Brian picks up the bucket. Kevin gets a strike, Brooklyn side. And we have 16 pins difference. What a difference a frame makes. All right, working on a strike. We got Jordan up, the lefty. Got that a little wide, and that's not good. That is the 3-7-9. We got Joe Nathan working on a double. Used to be. Let's see if he still is. And he is. And that was huge. Good shot out of Jordan, but he missed. And that was huge. And as the young kids would tell me, you got to pause that, big bro. You got to pause that. That's crazy. All right, so we'll pause it. But that was a huge shot that Lee Bolin just shot. Big shot. Dale's up working on a double. Jesse's on a strike. 4-pin difference on this lane. On this pair, 4-pin difference. Dale's up, throwing the ice. Beautiful off his hand. He got the mixy mix. And that's a 3-bagger for Dale. Jesse working on the strike. Looks good off her hand. She was a little off balance with that. She left a light 10-pin. All right, Kevin's up, working on a strike. This is gonna be big, because if you look up, that's double, that's triple, excuse me, and double. You're talking about a 60-pin turnaround just in this frame right here if he throws a strike. And he does not, but he throws it way better than the last ball. Leaves a ring of 10-pin. Jessie throws at her 10-pin. She picks it up, no problem. So again, though we only have a 6-pin differential, scratch-wise right now we're talking about 24 pins. Hey, good shot, Dale. That was a good shot, bro. All right, Kevin picks his up. Brian throws this shot off of a spare. That's nothing but money. And all those watching, I want you guys to come up with not PBA bowlers, not bowlers, UBA bowlers. Come up with a tall man lineup. I want you to give me your 5 best tall people. 5 best tall people. That's across the region. That's across the board. You can put it in the chat. Let us know, man. Because right now, I'm 6'4". And I got 3 people in here bowling right now that's taller than me. And I'm 6'4". That doesn't usually happen. So think about it. Think about the people that you want, that you would like to see. Tall man lineup, 5 people. Let me know who you got. And if you don't have me in there, you crazy. Something wrong with you. You must be out your mind if you ain't got me in there. But anyway, all right, Lee Bolin's on a 3-bagger. Jordan just left an 8-pin, which is a very good shot. 3-pin difference. Lee's on the way, and he throws a big 4. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be huge. Throws a big 4 in the 7th frame. He got soft on that one. And Jordan picks up his spare. Again, if you're just tuning in, I have no idea what a total pinfall is right now. I can just tell you what it looked like. On the scratch pair, G-Town won the first 2 games, but we're talking about a total pin of less than 40 pins. On your middle pair, Triple X won the first 2 games. They are smacking right now. And now you're looking at Handicap 2. So if you don't think that's close, then something's wrong with you. All right, Jesse leaves a 2-pin, a little light. As I said, Lee got the ball a little slow. He left the big 4. He did get the wood. And Dale is coming up, working on a triple. Jesse really needed to throw that strike. And I know, and I see it in her face. She's like smacking herself right now. All right, Dale's up, throws the ball. He gets a mixer. That's a 4-bagger for Dale, and that changes the tide. That changes the tide. I'm not saying G-Town is up, but what I am telling you is they're up on this pair right now. They're up on this pair right now. All right, Kevin's up working on the spare. Brian's up working on the strike. Brian really is looking for a double. Kevin's up first. Kevin throws a strike, smacks out of 10 at the last second. Brian releases. Brian strikes. That's a big double. So going into the top of the A frame, we have a 29-pin differential. But again, remember, those little 6 pins, they go over to triple X. So if you add that 6, triple X is up by 35. No, I'm wrong. My bad. Again, I keep forgetting this place flips. G-Town's up by 29. That means this pair is closer than what I anticipated. Now you're talking about 9 pins. You're talking about 9 pins after Jordan throws that strike. Joe Nathan Lee Bolin really needs to throw this one well. And he does not. He does not. He leaves a 3-6. Jesse throws his strike. Booyah, we got a new game. And Jessie throws a strike as if she's in my back pocket and hears me. She throws a strike. What are you gonna do, baby? Nothing. That's Judge McFalls telling me nothing. But Lee needs to pick up the spare. And he does.
In the words of Rasheed Wallace, both teams played hard.
And Rasheed Wallace got fined every time he said that.
Both teams played hard. God bless and good night.
All right, Brian on a double throws a strike. That's a 3-bagger. Dale really needs this one. Dale throws this one. It changes the complexity of this match. I need y'all to win in the middle. Well, I don't. I really don't. The commentator in me needs y'all to win. The Minister Society member needs y'all to lose. And Dale flushes that thing. That's a 5-bagger for Dale. Again, what you're gonna realize when you hear me, I'm gonna repeat things because they matter. All pins matter. So when you leave that split and you're so pissed and you throw it in the gutter and you lose by 3 pins, it's your fault. When you leave that 10 pin and you hit the reset button and y'all lose by 6, it's your fault. When you're in a match like this, playoff implications, and you don't get the wood, it's your fault if you lose. So again, Kevin throws a strike. That gives him a 3-bagger. And we are now going into the foundation frame, the 9th frame, and we're talking about 19 pins. Minus 6, we're talking about 13 pins. Lee would love to flush this one. Jordan would love for him to not. Lee's up first. We'll see what he does, working on the spare. Looks good off his hand. That's money. Threw the ball great. And Jordan, working on a strike, will love the double. The lefty, and he does. And he does. All right. This one is big, though. Dale is on a 5-bagger. If he strikes, that's going to really propel G-Town into a good spot going into the 10th frame. Jessie knows that. She wants to throw a double. Dale's first. The 224 bowler off his hand. Looks good. And he strikes. The mixy. That's 6 in a row for Dale. And Jessie, off her hand, looks good. And she leaves the 6 pin. That is probably going to be the difference. But Dale going into the 10th frame on 6. Jessie needed that double. Now she's just going to go into the 10th frame on a spare if she picks up the 6-pin. And Kevin was working on a double. He throws his strike. He can almost guarantee they win this game. And he strikes. That's huge. Jessie picks up her 6-pin. And I say that guarantee because it almost is. But if Brian throws his strike, it just makes all of them have to do something for G-Town in the 10th frame. Brian's working on a 3-bagger. He wants his strike. I know a lot of people's math ain't good, and that's huge. All right, so G-Town at least has to do something in the 10th frame. Something. But for Triple X, Jordan going into the 10th frame is on a strike. I'm sorry, wrong person. Yeah, switched over. All right, Jordan is going into the 10th frame on a double. He can shoot 236. He does not throw the first one. He leaves a 6-pin. Lee Bolin going into the 10th frame on a strike can punch out for 209. He needs this strike. Yeah, hey, listen. There's nobody that wants this game to be closer than me. I just like having conversations about close matches. You know, if it's gonna be a blowout, don't bring me on. Get somebody else to do it. Lee Bolin. Bang, bang. Siegel Street. That's a double for Lee. Jordan picks up his spare. And right now, we're looking at a 2-pin, 1-2 pin differential plus the 6 pins. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Again, Jordan wants to throw the strike. He can finish with 215. Lee wants to strike out to finish with 209. All right, Jordan's up first. Leaves a 7 count. He goes 212. Not terrible, but definitely not what he wanted when he first saw the big lights going into the 10th frame, because he could have shot 230. So even though he didn't open, you know, not throwing that strike in the 10th frame, even though he threw a ball great, he lost 23 pins because he could have struck out for 235. Nonetheless, Lee Bolin's up on a double. This is huge. Off his hand. Oh, my God. When the messengers come, they come. You heard it. You hear it. You hear it. You hear it. That was huge. That was huge. So Lee Bolin's on. He's on 3 in a row. He got the messenger to come out and knock out a 10-pin. Jessie leaves a 2-8. She can finish with a 178. It's not looking very good for Triple X right now on this pair. Because also, as I told you earlier, Dale is on a 6-bagger going into the 10th frame. He's up next. But first things first, Lee Bolin, last ball in the 10th. He needs this strike. And he gets that strike. He needs that strike. Oh, he gets that strike. Lee Bolin finishes up with a 209. Jessie picks up her spare. She can throw the strike for a 178. But Dale on a 6-bagger is huge as he goes into the 10th. What's up? What's up? How you feeling, bro? You good? You want it? You can have it, bro. I don't need it. All right, Dale's up. He throws the ball awful. He leaves a 6-10 though. I mean, that could have been a 6 count. It looked like he moved left too. I don't know why he did that, but whatever. Jessie throws a strike. She shoots 178. Yeah, he did not pack that in. All right, so again, if you're looking up at the screen, it says 39 pin difference, which is basically 33 pins. Dale throws at his 6'10". Shit, he almost shot the 6 off the 10. But he got it. Again, I'm not on the other two pair, but as you hear G-Town ramping it up, ramping it up, ramping it up, that almost makes you believe that they're winning. But sometimes that's an illusion. We don't know until we see it. You don't know until you know. That's Brian throwing the ball to win Brooklyn. Listen, Brian's on a four-bagger. He just did not take his time. And if you all have heard me on previous broadcasts, some people are built for this and some people are not. Sometimes you're just not built for what the pressure gives you in the 10th frame. Brian throws that first strike, it changes everything. It throws a 600, he leaves a 3-6-10 because Dale didn't capitalize. He picks up the spare, but again, he pulled that. Listen, a lot of you all, when you go back to your home, and when I say home, you go back and huddle up with your teammates, and people are complaining about not making lineups, not bowling, all this. Ask them, when it comes to the 10th frame, and you need it, can they give it to you? If the answer is, I don't know, sit their ass at the house. If their answer is you already know, put them in the lineup, and I don't care what the average is. I'm telling you, if you can't do it in the 10th frame, you don't need to be bowling. All right, so Brian, who could have really made a difference in this game, now throws a strike last ball where it kind of really doesn't matter. Because Kevin didn't throw the first strike in the 10th. Brian strikes out. They win. But here we are. Kevin opens, shoots 212. All right, so if we're going by numbers, like G-Town won this game, but I'm gonna give you the numbers. Jordan shot 212, Jesse shot 178, Brian shot 234. Lee Bolin shot 209. Dale shot 241. Kevin shot 212. I don't know what they did the first two games, but I can tell you G-Town won on Handicap 2, Game 3. They could have lost easily. And yes, I wanted them to lose. That's my bias coming in. I don't want G-Town to win. Damn it, that's Menace to Society speaking. But, all right, back. We go back to the scratch pair. Go back to the scratch pair. And remember what I said. Go back to your teammates, have a huddle, ask your teammates, are they built for this? Are they built for the 10th frame? Because if they're crying about, oh, I don't get the ball, I average 210, I ain't bowled a two-stop, well, maybe you shouldn't bowl a two-stop. Because maybe if you bowl a two-stop, you're going to shoot 580. Sit your 210 ass at the house. All right, that's our scheduled program. All right, we're on scratch. And again, this is what Game 3s are made of, right? G-Town barely won the first two games on the scratch pair. I think they got some motivation and some energy from the other two pair, and right now they're up by 68 pins in Game 3 on scratch. And again, it's not because Triple X is bowling bad. G-Town just decided to bowl. It's just that simple, you know? All right, Gavin's up, throwing at a 2-8. He picks up the spare. I don't have the total numbers, but what I can tell you is this. I've been around the UBA long enough to know this. G-Town's gonna win scratch. Triple X is gonna win the middle pair. And I don't know what G-Town did the first two games on Handicap 2, but I can tell you right now they won Game 3. G-Town's probably gonna win this match. And let me be honest with you. It's not because they didn't smack anybody around. When it came down to time to bowl, G-Town threw the ball better. Triple X didn't. Just that simple. And here we are. All right, Coffin working on a double in frame 7. Throws a strike. That's a triple. That changes things, especially if Kennan doesn't throw the strike. If nobody knows that, Jeremy does. Kennan strikes, doesn't change anything. Don't change a thing. We go to the top of the 8th frame. Right now, 75 pin differential. And that's G-Town up by 75. And this is the pair where G-Town didn't need to win, but they're winning. And as you hear that right now, G-Town in the middle pair, after getting their ass bust the first 2 games, they're winning game 3. Winning matters. This is also a team that's won it all. They have the banner. They've been to Battle Bowl. They've won the Battle Bowl. They brought it back to the South. They've done it. This is what I'm talking about when you putting your team together and you say, I'm gonna take all these great league bowlers and they bowl good in church leagues, and if someone raises the temperature up 1 notch and it's hot, they can't bowl. If someone talks to them, they can't bowl. This environment is not for you. Go get your PBA card. Maybe go do that. Bowl some regionals. I just don't. G-Town should have lost this match. They should have lost this match. They did not. They did not lose because Triple X didn't make them have to do anything. They came into game 3 and they choked, man. I mean, that's just what it is. This is not me being frustrated at all. This is just me giving you the energy that's in the building. You should have seen how Triple X was acting going into game 3. Now look at their body language. Oh, you can't see it, can you? It ain't good. I say all that to say, here we are. John Fowler was on the front 7, left a 7 pin, throwing the ball great. They're still down 88 pins. He can't do it by himself. Kennan trying not to get hung, and he does. He gets, and I spoke too soon when the messenger messages. Mick falls with the strike. And again, you just look up. You look at the pace. Huh? What you want me to say? What you want me to say? So again, this is what I'm talking about. You look up and you look at what the team can do. Mac can go 269. Dustin can go 257. And Kenny can go 279. And we're going into the 9th frame. I'm not giving you what they can shoot after 2 frames. This is what you do when you know the playoffs are on the line. When you know if you don't win this match, you probably go home. They knew that coming into this match. Triple X knew that they could have done some things to help their playoff solidification, and they did well the first 2 games. Hear me, you all. They didn't come in here and bowl bad. They came in here and started off great. They just didn't finish. And not finishing is a problem. All right, Gavin picks up the spare, but spares ain't what you need. So I gave you what G-Town can shoot on this pair. I'm gonna also then give you what Triple X can shoot on this pair. Like I said, John Fowler went front 7, 7 pin missed. He can still go 267. The guy underneath him can strike out for 200. Their anchor can strike out for 238. That's not enough. And I'm talking about the scratch pair. That's not enough. And I'm saying that's not enough because they're not bowling well. That's not enough when the other team can shoot 800. That's not enough. But again, here we are, top of the 9th frame, G-Town up by 60. John Fowler starts off of his 7-pin miss, looking to strike. Looks good off his hand. Just doesn't finish. Leaves the 3-pin. Matt Martin working on a strike. He can finish with a 269. Needs this one. And gets it. That's a double for Matt Martin going into the 10th frame. This is what I'm talking about. He has a double going into the 10th. The person who was killing on this pair had opened in the 8th frame, now can shoot 250 if he picks up this spare. It's not about how many strikes you throw. It's about where you throw them. It's about where you miss. It's about where you open. All right, Dustin Gibson just leaves an 8-pin, throws a phenomenal shot. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I'm sorry, earlier I told you that Jeremy Coffin can shoot 230. I'm sorry, he can shoot 248 if he strikes out. Again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know? What I do know is this. This G-Town is a team that when they need to do it, they do it. And this is what you need on your team. So again, go back home, huddle up, have a conversation with your teammates, especially your teammates that are complaining about not making lineups. Ask them what can they do when it matters. And if their answer, if they don't give you a definite answer, just tell them maybe they want to join another team. Listen, it's teams forming every year. New teams form every year. Now, they might fold, but new teams form every year. It happens. Figure out who you are on your team, man. Figure out the type of bowler you are. And I'm going to tell you this. There's more to the UBA than tour stops. There's a tournament every month. There's team rankings. You know, there's the belt series. There are things for you to do instead of getting in this fire, the 9 on your team getting in this fire, and you got 2 people that's never seen smoke. Something to think about. Something to think about when you're forming your teams. All right, Matt Martin goes up. He leaves a 4-6. He will not shoot 260 this game. But it doesn't matter. They're up by 94. John Fowler looking to just go home with some smile on his face. He can strike out for 57. Just looking to throw the first one, you know. But I can go ahead and tell you right now, G-Town won on handicap 1 game 3. G-Town won on handicap 2 game 3. I think they've already gotten to 20 points. Yeah, so it's safe to say they've won this match. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the energy, the vibes in this building were crazy. And so if you've never been to a UBA environment, especially a tour stop that matters, just slide yourself to your local bowling alley. Just maybe on that Sunday afternoon, you'll see some UBA action. And again, I'll be remiss if I don't shout out the bowling alley we are in. Make sure you slide over to Woodleaf Lanes in Salisbury, North Carolina. Whenever you get an opportunity, they will take care of you. Prices are fair. Food is good. And if you're a drinker, you know, they got some libations for you. But come in, check it out. Go to your local bowling alley, check that out. We are here, UBA all day. We're finishing up in the 10th frame on a scratch pair on this XXX G-Town matchup tour stop 11 in your Queen City district affiliated with the Deep South. All right, Dustin picks up his spare. He can strike out for 226. Matt Martin finished with 235. John Fowler for Triple X can throw his last shot of the day to shoot 257. Total is going to be very close. From what I hear, total is going to be very, very close. So, I know I told you guys G-Town already won. I hope they haven't. All right, John Fowler strikes out to shoot 257. But again, I told you guys all pins matter. I told you that. I told you that. All right, Dustin throws an 8 count. He shoots 224. And again, from what I've been told, it's going to come down to the last ball in the 10th frame because total pins are at stake right now. Gavin leaves the 6-pin, almost left a 4-6. The 4-pin fell out right before the rack came down. He got lucky. Kennan Kennan trying to throw the first one so he can finish with a 279. Is that a 10-pin? That's a 10-pin.
Hey, John.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you, I'm great. All right, Kennan leaves a wrap 10. Gavin picks up his spare. But again, I think, this is just me just glancing, I think G-Town's gonna win. They're gonna sweep on the scratch spare, so that's 10. You know, yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, the total pins are gonna be the total pins. It's gonna come down to scratch to determine that. Kennan picked up that 10-pin and it was needed because had he missed, I think that would have changed everything. He can throw this last strike to shoot 258. Gavin then throws an 8 count. He shoots 178. I think that's probably gonna be a determining factor on this pair as well. And then when you're talking about total pins, you just can't shoot 170 on a scratch pair and expect to win. Just, especially game 3 when it matters. It's not conducive. It's just not. But again, this is, if you're just tuning in, or even if you haven't heard me say it yet, this is John Smith, J. Alden Smith, representing Minister Society on the UBA side of things. I am your voice box for today for this Queen City stop number 11, tour stop at Woodleaf Lanes in Salisbury, North Carolina. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here. No, we appreciate it. We appreciate the love. We see the comments. We see it. We see it. And we appreciate it. We keep giving this to you all so that you all can have some form of keeping up with what's going on around areas that you just don't get to frequent. And Jeremy just blew it. He threw a split in the 10th. I promise you. And Jeremy could have shot 240. He ended up shooting 213. So G-Town won game 3 by 69 pins. On the scratch pair, they swept. They got 10 points on the scratch pair. They won by, looks like 109, something like that. The total is going to be the total. But right now, I know the points I know for sure are on the scratch pair. Scratch 110 for G-Town. I have no idea about points on any other pair. I can tell you this. I know that Triple X got at least 4 points on the middle pair. They got at least 2 points on the end pair. And I'm going to say, I know they got at least 6 points on the middle pair. G-Town? All right, final count Final count 28-12 by a total pinfall of less than 10. Did you hear that? Listen again. G-Town won 28-12 by a total pinfall by less than 10 pins. But when I say all pins matter, all pins matter. But with that being said, again, we appreciate you all taking your time out to spend a few hours with us on this Sunday afternoon. Go outside, run around the block, take your kids, do something with them. It's beautiful outside. We'll be back again next month. It's UBA all day, and we out. Peace.